What's up, YouTube? Sorry, it's been a while. I've been very, very busy with work and with my girls and everything. I'll show you something. I don't know if you've seen it yet. This was my Valentine's Day gift from my girls. Love it. Um, a lot has happened. Telltale Episode 2 Game of Thrones was released. I haven't picked up either one of them yet. I'm going to wait until all of them are out and I can get the disc. I love having the merch. A Day in the Life came out. I'm actually going to be making a video on a few of these things soon. I've got a lot of notes and I've been working on it. I want to rewatch it a couple times. Season 5 trailer again. The IMAX experience didn't make it. Actually, the IMAX closest to me, I was reading reviews on it, and they got terrible reviews. The original George Martin, A Song of Ice and Fire outline, it is going to get its own video. I'm going to touch on a couple things in here about it. But I saw a lot of things that I want to kind of connect the dots. I think you guys will like it. Bar de Porto did probably one of my favorite episodes on YouTube, man. It was a 3-minute season 4 breakdown. It was edited perfectly. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'll be giving more shout outs as I go along. There's some people out there doing some really good things. And I'm up to 42 subs, people. Thank you very much. Keep them coming, okay? Again, sorry I haven't put much out recently. Game of Thrones related, that is. Song of Ice and Fire. Still haven't made my way through A World of Ice and Fire, man. I've been chapter jumping. That thing is just, I don't know, man. Alright, so I just watched James and LaDonna's Dead Things in the Water, and I made a couple notes as I was going. It was a great video. I love all their videos. I had a couple things to say about it. That's pretty much what this video is going to be about. Me talking about a couple other YouTubers, some of their videos, some of the things I liked and stuff. And this is in order of how the video went, but they talked about if the whites would float or sink. It's my belief that what makes a body float most of the time is the amount of oxygen in it. That's why you see in like gangster movies, you know, they cut them from, you know, the throat to the balls, get all the oxygen out. Body sinks better. I do believe that more free folk / wildlings gave / sacrificed their children to the others, not just Craster. But I don't think the water would be that big of a deal anyways, because I think that the others have a lot of powers we haven't really even seen, and they could probably freeze it. I've heard this theory before. Instead of going over, under, through the wall, they go around. I'm going to touch on that again in a minute too, because I've heard something recently. And this I came up with as the video was still going. I was writing these notes as the video was going. But then James touched on exactly what I'm about to say a couple minutes later in the video. But I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways because it ties into another theory I had. You know, the Dothraki, they don't want to cross the ocean. They're scared shitless of it. But if winter comes, and we know that we had the Arm of Dorne at one point, the Children of the Forest tore that up. Now it's the Stepstones. Well, that in the Narrow Sea, that would be easy to get across. You know what I mean? Like James said, it's probably semi-shallow in areas, and then they could just ride right across. You know what I mean? James said this, so that's not me. And I'm not criticizing their video at all. Trust me, I'm just throwing a couple ideas out there because I had these other notes and whatever. It's 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. So, Now, this is great. This is one of the things I want to talk about George Martin's original outline. In George Martin's original outline, Dany ran away with a trusted friend. And when she's running away, I believe it was, and I'm probably off, but she finds the 3 dragon eggs. It's not a wedding gift. She finds them. And then she's approached by Dothraki, and they basically yield to her because of the dragons. Now, we know currently in the story, she's in the middle of the desert, the Dothraki Sea, and Don the Kraken Witt and I talked about this a while ago, and I really liked it. That what if Dany unites the Dothraki clans? In doing that, it would basically still match the original outline somewhat, but she's already got the eggs. They've been hatched. Drogon dropped her off. What if she's in the middle of the Dothraki Sea now? She gets approached. They're going to freaking kill her, man. All of a sudden, Drogon swoops down. They all bend the knee. Now she's got the forces she already had. She's got a unified Dothraki army. Dude, she's untouchable. Untouchable at this point. I dig that idea. And then if winter comes, they can cross. It's awesome. She'll have a huge navy. She'll have Dothraki riders just taking the Arm of Dorne, which is now the stepstones frozen back into the arm. Actually, that one had a backside. Sorry. Number 5. They were talking about ghost grass, and I believe it was Jorah that spoke of it, and I believe it's more of like a weed, and it just consumes areas, and the horses won't eat it. They can't get nourishment from it. They won't eat it. So that might be a way for Dany to talk him into going over to Westeros also. She's like, hey, we don't got ghost grass over there. The world won't end if you guys go over there. I'm going fast because I've been having trouble with my phone. The video, for some reason, brand new phone says that it's full of data or whatever, storage space. I don't really care for iPhone. They had said something about salt water not freezing. I live in Baltimore, which is near the Chesapeake Bay, and it's brackish, and it freezes. And they commented on it later and said that it does freeze, so that can get knocked off the list. The Children of the Forest, their names being reptilian, that ties it in for me a little bit better. I watched most of their Children of the Forest video, and they were very, very, they think that the Children of the Forest are more reptilian, which, could be possible. I don't know. No one knows, I particularly choose not to buy into that. But the names do tell me something. Or what if they are some kind of humanoid offspring of dragons or something like that, like evolution, but in a different area and shit. But what if, and this is just crack pottery, what if when the men of the North, the Starks, made their deal with the Children of the Forest and interbred, and the long night came and they went north, and the others saw themselves in the Northmen? If the Children of the Forest possibly, instead of being descendants of dragons or reptilian, they in some way are descendants of the others. And in doing that, everybody agreed, hey, this shit can't work. And this is what I was talking about a minute ago. I recently heard a theory. I can't think of their name now. You guys would know it though. Right before it, he's a blogger and a writer, and the other guy's a history teacher. And they compare George Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire to actual historical events and stuff. It's pretty cool. You should check it out. But then the others built the wall. The others, the children of the forest, the giants, the wildlings, the Night's Watch. Well, they weren't there, but Bran the Builder. And all this time goes by. We know the knowledge has been suppressed. We know things have been changed. What if it was, and this isn't mine, I heard this somewhere else, but I don't necessarily know if I buy it completely, but I kind of like it a little bit. It's got me thinking. What if it was a huge group effort? Or actually, I heard that the others did it, but to keep the humans out instead of to keep the others out. You know what I mean? What if it was a mutual agreement? Hey, let's build a big ass wall. Y'all stay over there, we'll stay over here. There you go. Clicking off James and LaDonna, clicking on to Ideas of Ice and Fire. I found this guy not too long ago. I like his videos. He's very smart. He's got a shitload more subscribers than I do, so he's doing well. But he says that he thinks that Stannis is going to join or be turned into a white or join the others in some way. And it was mainly aimed at Dany's vision when she was in the House of the Undying. And it says that she basically sees herself as Rhaegar. She's riding to the Trident, but on a dragon instead of a horse. She meets up with a blue-eyed, I forget everything about it, but a blue-eyed guy, casts no shadow, wearing a suit of ice armor. Alright? I don't see why it would have to be Stannis. The only thing that really ties that in is blue eyes. But there's another character that we know that has his eyes have been talked about being so blue, and that's Roose Bolton. I think that's one of the main things that had everybody with the whole skin stealing Night's King's son theory that George Martin debunked himself. But I think that Roose Bolton would join the others before Stannis would. I have my own theory about Stannis' end. When L.T. Giles, Don the Kraken Witt, Tony Teflon, and I made that video. Tony and I and everybody were talking about it. I think Stannis' downfall, Stannis' fall, is going to be beating his brother's record. I think that he's going to take on and fight in probably 3 battles in a row in a day, possibly. Beat his brother's freaking awesome record, Roberts. I believe that he's going to face off against the Boltons, which this debunks the other idea, but whatever. He's going to face off against the Boltons. He's going to win. That doesn't necessarily mean that Roose loses. He could run. He could run north. And that's when, just to get away. And that's when he comes in contact with the others, and that's when he becomes one, possibly. I say Roose Bolton because, the blue eyes. What if it's nighttime and there's no light around and she just sees him because he's a black spot on a white field? If there's no light, there would be no shadow. You know what I mean? And the suit of armor, that could just be a play on words. Suit of ice armor. The Duncan Egg story, the Prince Targaryen, he told Dunk that he had a vision of him, a dream. and he had slain, killed, whatever, a huge black dragon, and it was on top of him. And then, spoiler, and then we find out that the dragon was the king's brother that had joined Dunk's side in that battle, and he was wearing black armor. And I think a lot of visions and prophecies are like that, but I see it in Targaryens. I think that, that's how it is. It's twisted. It's like, but it's like that in all of them, though, I think, too. So the ice armor might not be ice armor at all. It could be something, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I couldn't sleep, guys. I'm sitting here watching this video, and I just started making notes, and I was like, fuck it, I haven't made a video. Pop. And I started doing it. I'm going to try to lay back down after this. And, maybe it was a metaphor. Maybe it was, maybe the no shadow was, maybe he starts using shadow babies again for a while, and then he doesn't have any there, or, you know what I mean? God only knows. And that's that. But check those guys out, man. Ideas of Ice and Fire. Obviously, you guys better know who James and LaDonna is. I threw LT Giles out there. I threw Don the Kraken Witt out there. I threw Tony Teflon out there. If y'all don't know who they are, man, you're crazy. Couple more shout-outs coming, too. I just went through that. It was also Ideas of Ice and Fire that said that, I like it. I don't believe it. I don't think he does either. But maybe Tyrion being Azor Ahai. I want Tyrion to, do something awesome. I don't see it happening. But again, it's another shadow reference and stuff. Talking about how Tyrion, a small man, could cast a large shadow. It's said several times. You guys, there's a new guy. He's got one video up right now. It's a very good video. I actually met with him, Don the Kraken Witt and I, and this guy, DJ Taylor. Very good. His first video, which is all he's made so far, but he did very well. He is very good. Better quality than my videos by far. Please still watch my videos, but and I've said it before, I'm actually looking into buying a nice camera. I want to get into the editing, but I want to buy a nice program. So his first video was on the Sybil Westerling plan. He's very good, man. And I look forward to filming a video with those guys hopefully soon. I shoot the shit probably, I would guess. This is for Sir Roger to Oxford. I left a message about this, but I loved it, man. He said something in one of his videos that stuck out in my head. And if I was a rapper, I'd be all over it, man. But I don't know if you guys know the Fred Rose Starr song, What If? At the beginning of one of Sir Roger Oxford's videos, he says, what if Rhaegar would have killed Robert Baratheon at the Trident? And that's when it popped in my head. And I was like, well, what if? What if? What if? And it was kind of like in my head, I'm not a rapper. But what if Rhaegar killed Robert? What would have happened to Ned? Would he have been allowed to live or still lost his head? Yeah, you can just keep going and just do all Game of Thrones shit with it. It would be freaking cool, man. In line of the story or not, whatever. I thought it was a really cool, really cool thing. Other than that, you guys have to check out that Bar de Porto, Season 4 breakdown, catch up, whatever you want to call it, man. 3 minutes long. awesome. So well edited. Man, she had the figures in there. It was great. She just killed it. She knocked it out of the park, man. Like 3 minutes, dude. You gotta check it out. It was awesome. Um, so I think that's about it, guys. I'll try to get something else up soon. I've been telling you, I've got so many different video ideas in the works. I just haven't been able to finalize them. I've been so freaking busy, man, with work. You know, I get the kids every weekend. We've been doing a lot of stuff. You saw the SpongeBob review. Valentine's Day, I took them to Dave and Buster's, which is a big arcade around here. We did that. We rode the little train that they have in the Rundle Mills Mall near me. We did the 3D ride. It's like a roller coaster, but the thing itself actually looks like a Star Trek transporter, and it moves, and you know it's got this big screen inside, and you're buckled in, and they love it. We've done it a lot of times. Had lunch out, dinner out, early dinner, whatever you want to call it. You know, they got some Valentine's Day little stuff. It was a good time. This weekend we kind of just hung out at the house, chilled, watched Box Trolls again. We saw it in the theater. I got it for him a couple weekends ago. We watched it then. We watched it again this weekend. I'm going to put out a couple videos on shows. I've been watching Black Sails again this year, even though this last episode 5 kind of freaking disappointed me, kind of freaked me out a little bit. Walking Dead's doing okay, not great. I think that, I don't know her name, but that chick that was on a Rampage, not tonight's episode, but last week's episode, when she went on her killing spree, like her brother with the hammer. I'm terrible with names, so. But if you noticed, she took that knife out of that zombie, and that's when she accidentally cut the big dude, I don't know his name, but sliced him. So if blood got in that wound from a zombie, I would think, you know, but we'll see. Call Saul's doing well. I don't think I like it as much as a lot of other people. I'm hoping it picks up. Something that people say is it's a great show. It's going to stand on its own. It doesn't need Breaking Bad. Well, how come you had 2 character callbacks in the first episode? You know what I mean? I don't get it. But I like that guy a lot. I've been watching him since Mr. Show with Bob and Dave. I don't know if you've ever seen the show, The Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret. That is a hilarious show. You got to watch that. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, what is it? Run, Ronnie, Run. It's got Call Saul in it too. Those 2 guys, same 2 guys, made Mr. Show, Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret, Run, Ronnie, Run. They're hilarious, man. I love those 2 guys. What else is going on? I've already done The Walking Dead. I've done Black Sails. I've done Call Saul. I think there's another show I watch, but I can't think of it, so it must not be too important. And that's about it, guys. We don't got too much longer. Game of Thrones, baby. Bring it. Season 5. I got a video coming out on my theories for that as well. Have a good night, YouTube. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe. Tell your friends. Come again. Log out, start another account, subscribe again. How many times have you voted today? Have a good one, YouTube.